Hey everybody, just want to show you something pretty cool about X-Plane. A lot of people sort of rag on X-Plane right out of the box because it doesn't look as good as FSX running a couple $100s with add-ons, but I think there's some tremendous value in X-Plane right out of the box. And one of the things that it does really well, besides physics and night lighting and weather and all those other important things, is vector data. So what we're looking at right now is London International Airport in Ontario. It's about 2 hours west of Toronto by car, and it's actually the airport I learned to fly in. So it's pretty close to where I grew up. And what I want to show you here is just how good the vector data is. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly from London for about 5 or 6 minutes, and we're actually going to go up north across the lake, and then hook west down this road here, past this town, which is called Arva, we'll see that in a minute, down to here, which is, oddly enough, the house I grew up in. Pretty cool, right? Not too far from the airport. It's probably about a 20-25 minute drive. Now, if we look here, this is the sectional for London. Obviously, you can't see a lot of that detail that you can see on Google Earth, go figure, right? You can't put everything on a map. So some of the prominent features we have here, we've got a little lake. And you can see a road with sort of a 90 left and a 90 right in it. And a couple of the major streets, just on the north side of London, Ontario here. But you obviously can't see the road that I live on or any of the smaller little features there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something called ForeFlight, which is an app for the iPad and Android. You use it in a real aircraft if you have a GPS receiver, or with about 60 seconds worth of work, you can use it in X-Plane. And one of the new features they have in here is that we can record our flight and then play it back, the track with altitude and location, in Google Earth. So the plan here is to show you guys just how good this vector data is in X-Plane, and see if I can land right in front of my house. Again, I'm not using any crazy add-ons or anything for X-Plane. I have one that does changes some textures around, but it's nothing crazy. So we're positioned here at London International Airport. We're going to take off out of here, go north. We're going to scoot past the lake, take a left on Medway Road, and I'll just sort of I'll walk you through what's happening as we go along. And you're going to see in the top right hand corner of the screen there that not a lot of these roads are on aviation maps, but if you have local knowledge or even a street map, even just a copy of X-Plane out of the box is going to be a really good way for you to get around. And I think that's so cool. And we'll keep the speed nice and high just to make this a little faster for you guys. So no surprises there. We take off and we know we're going to hit a giant lake on the north side of the airport, and go figure, there's a giant lake on the north side of the airport. Cruising along here. It's about 100 knots there. Cool. So yeah, you really shouldn't be surprised that big features like that are going to be accurately modeled in a sim. You got to remember too, though, that this is it's a very small little corner of the world. I mean, London's got 300,000 people in it, but it isn't. You wouldn't expect it to have the attention to detail that some of the larger centers like Southern California or the East Coast, New York, Boston, all that good stuff. So I'm not even sure how they did this, to be honest, how they got this level of accuracy, but it's pretty impressive. So we're now on the north side of the lake. We're looking for a road that runs east-west with a 90 bend in it left. T-junction there. Don't believe that's the one we're looking for. Oh, there's the bend to the right, so that was the road we're looking for. Lost already in my hometown, which is awesome. So we'll go left. We're going to follow that road that's just off the left way. Let's see if I lost my zoom here. This big lazy turn, there's that road we're looking for off the nose. I'm going to get down nice and low here. And what I'm going to do is, if I point something out to you guys as far as a a feature I'm trying to nav off of. What I'm going to do is I'll just pop up nice and high so it's easier to see when we get to Google Earth. Don't mind the overspeed there, retreating blade stalls and myth. So we just came off Clark, which means this is Highbury Road. Won't bother marking that necessarily. Local knowledge, you'll know what I'm talking about. Five knots past Vienna here, it's good form. They're off to the left, but not the one we're looking for. The next one is going to be roads going north-south, big intersection here, and this is Adelaide. You can see that wooded area off the nose there. That's actually going to be the next concession. That's Arva, A-R-V-A, little town I went to high school in. Probably about 6 kilometers from home. So just to show that you can actually do this on just by local knowledge, I'm going to pop up here real quick. You guys know there's a river off to the north side with a bridge on it. Big altitude change here just to show, just to make it easier to see on the map more than anything. We'll dive back down. So once you pass Arva, it's actually Richmond Street. The next big road we're going to hit is Wonderland. These roads are all some 2 kilometers apart. Should be coming up on it. There it is. Bump in the road here. Buddy of mine had a farm just on the south side of this road. His parents did. The next road we're going to hit is a pretty major road. It's called High Park Road. It's a little commuter town for a lot of the guys that live in London, or work in London, just on the north side of here by a couple of miles. You can see a truck there moving left to right at the 1 o'clock. That's going to be the road that we're looking for. And we're good. So now I've got exactly 2K to get to my house, because I used to run down to the stop sign and back, and it was about 4K. So I'll start slowing this thing way back. You can see off in the distance is a road called Denfield Side Road. We're not going to go quite that far, because I'm going to try and stop at my parents' house here. House I grew up in anyway. My folks aren't there anymore, so don't try and rob whoever's there. We're about 600 meters from the road that's going to be off the nose, so we'll try and put her down in the right spot here. Alright. Probably a little bit further. I'm going to actually aim for that. Right here. A little bit of power in. And I think, if anything, I'm going to be just west of where I want to be. Not by much, but just by a little bit. So we'll set it down here in the worst landing I've ever done. Hold the throttle down. Trim center. And we're good. I'm actually going to pause. Whoop, after I make you guys throw up, I'm going to pause that, and we're going to take a look at how this works on the iPad. So there we are, a little blinking dot on ForeFlight, pretty cool. But what we're going to do is stop recording using that button on the left, go to More, Track Logs, and we're going to upload that one to the cloud. It takes half a second, and then we're going to open it up in Google Earth. So again, we're just doing this in my hometown for nothing else, and I have a lot of local knowledge, obviously. I spent my first sort of 20 years there. And here we are. So you can see we took off out of London Airport, flew over the lake. I missed the turn, so we hooked back up with that. And let's see here. Scrolling along, so this where it says Ballymote there, that was Highbury. That's Adelaide. Big altitude change in Arva, like I showed you. Wonderland. High Park Road. And there you go. I landed, I thought it might have been just west of it, but it looks like I was just east of it. I was within, I'm going to call that 30 feet of my parents' driveway. So this is just to show you guys that the vector data in X-Plane is very, very, very impressive. I don't actually have my settings maxed out. You can see here, number of roads, tons. So it goes all the way up to extreme too, so you can actually get more fidelity out of the roads. But anyway, I thought you guys might get a kick out of that, and try this in your town, see if it works. I've tried it a few different places, and I seem to have a lot of success with it. So check it out.